Today's Sunshine Note is titled, The Book of Depression. My eyes fail from weeping. I am in torment within. My heart is poured out on the ground because my people are destroyed. Lamentations 2:11. Back in the day when it was considered reasonably safe for 8-year-olds to go door to door selling things, my brother Matthew and I once became trapped in the house of the craziest old woman ever. Well, it's not that she was crazy per se. It's more that she was totally downright depressed. I'll never forget her. Old May Haight. We knocked on her door to ask if she'd like to buy a magazine subscription, and like fools accepted her offer to come in and sit for a while. For the next 2 hours, this woman, who was older than the hills, proceeded to tell us everything that was wrong in her poor, depressing life, from her son's job to her bad health, in excruciating detail. Being fairly polite 8-year-olds, we didn't know how to escape until 2 hours later when she finally took a breath. We vowed never to knock on her door again for any reason whatsoever. Whenever I read Lamentations, I feel as if I'm spending an afternoon listening to old May Haight again. Bitterly distressed, Jeremiah laments for verse after verse about the sorry state of his depressing, meaningless life. He has just watched Jerusalem fall and the temple burn to the ground, while his people are ravaged and murdered or carried off into exile. He continues to watch women, children, and infants left in the city to starve to death. It's a terrible time. My husband says that if he had to choose any one book to cut completely out of the Bible, Lamentations would be it. It's the only book in the entire Bible that is made up solely of laments, meaning it's chock full of complaining, and that's all. Why is this seemingly pointless book of depressing wailings included in our Bibles? Of what good is this downer to us? Maybe not much on a happy day, but on a really bad day you can turn to lamentation and find that God understands your depression and grief. He's big enough to handle them too. He doesn't mind it if you pour out even your worst thoughts and feelings to Him. Even if you're angry at God, in fact, especially if you're angry, go ahead and tell Him so. Jeremiah showed us that He can take it. Don't ever feel as if you can come to God only when you're happy and thankful to be alive. When you're really down, remember Lamentations. God wants to hear your depression so that you don't have to stay there. He wants to bring you through it. May God bless you today.